Hello, lovelies. This is 5 Minute Manifesting. I'm your host, Lovey Brown. Thank you so much for listening. I am thrilled that you're here. Today, let's talk about what you believe about yourself. So, in manifesting, Neville Goddard has a quote: "There is no one to change but self." I've talked about it before. I'm sure if you listen to other manifesting content, you have heard other people say this. And the key to that is that in manifesting, and we talk about that frequently on this podcast, all of this work is inside of you. It's in you. You are the operant power. You are the person doing all of the thought having, the decision making, the choosing, the selecting, and then the thinking and the feeling. You are the person doing all of that. Now, there are external circumstances in all of our lives that can impact that can affect it, that you can choose to incorporate, but you don't have to, right? You're the operant power. You're the decider. All of this happens inside of you. Now, what happens when you have some beliefs, some thoughts that you keep thinking are true, but are really just things that you've decided based on whatever experiences in other parts of your life, on circumstances, on whatever it is. But because you've practiced it so much, it just feels true. And a lot of us have these thoughts. A lot of us have these things that we just believe are true about ourselves. And I want you to think right now, just take a moment, pause here. What do you believe about yourself in any area of your life, particularly the area that you're manifesting in? What do you think about yourself? What do you believe about yourself? What sort of thoughts? Let's really nail it down to the thoughts. What sort of thoughts do you have about yourself? Do you think you're beautiful? Do you think you're attractive? Do you think you're not beautiful? Do you think you're not attractive? Do you think you're worthy of love? Do you think you are important? Do you think you're valued? Do you think you're cherished? Do you do those things for yourself? And if you don't think those things, you don't have to go on a long healing journey to figure out why. But if that would be helpful to you, you can. But the important thing is that if you believe those things about yourself that are not in alignment with what you want, that you work on changing that internally, inside of yourself. So let's just pick a basic thought. One that people often have is, I am not enough. I'm not worthy enough. I'm not enough. My essential self is not enough. And that's a thought that a lot of people share. It's kind of a base thing that they've picked up from wherever. It doesn't really matter where they've picked it up. What matters is that it's, one, not true. Because if you're here on the planet, you are enough. Just whole cloth. Just we can just say that. If you're here on the planet, you are enough. But the key is you have to decide that inside of yourself and start thinking thoughts of enoughness to change that. And it sounds really simple because it is, but it's not always easy, right? It's not always easy to change a pattern of thought, to change a belief that you've had for a really long time. Now, this enoughness thought is just an example. It could be anything. You really need to figure out what it is for you. What do you truly believe? What thoughts do you truly think about yourself? And then you want to move towards, you want to start adopting thoughts that are in alignment with you getting what you want. And if you believe that you're not enough in this moment, then today I want you to take steps towards picking a different belief about yourself. Now, if you're hearing this and you want to argue with me, but Lovey, I have all of this evidence. I've never been in a relationship. The men that I like don't ever like me back. They always cheat on me, or whatever it is, whatever sort of evidence that you have that makes you want to argue with me and say, like, this is the situation that I'm facing. You don't understand. That is where you want to start. And you want to start there with not arguing with me, if that's who it is, or your own self that wants to believe what I'm saying. And the place that you start is just by deciding to believe it. And even if you don't have evidence, even if you don't believe it's true at this moment, you're going to make a decision. I am making a decision. I'm simply deciding to believe that I'm enough. I'm simply deciding to believe that I'm enough. I'm making a decision to believe that I'm enough. And start there. Use that system, use that setup for whatever your belief is. I'm using that enoughness belief as an example because it's one that a lot of people have. And make a decision. And then do whatever you need to do that works for you in your focusing work that supports your decision. That's it. That's what I want you to do. That's your work for today. And like I said, it's simple, but it's not necessarily easy. So keep doing it. Keep choosing yourself. Keep making this decision day after day. Thank you so much for listening. May you manifest exactly what you want.